Everybody, welcome back to another episode of A Gardener's Journey Homestead. I am Barbara. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. We are in the tunnel today, and although the date on the calendar says the estimated last frost date has come, in reality, I'm not so sure it has, right? So I'm in zone 7A. I'm in Tennessee. Our estimated last frost date was last week on the 20th. And right now I'm in the tunnel, and it's a good 50 something degrees because it's 50 degrees outside. I think tonight it's going to be, I don't know, 30s or something like that. So clearly, I don't think we're not going to have a frost, but it's clearly the weather is not trying to cooperate with us in terms of planting stuff outside, but that's okay because we still have a lot of prep to do. So today's video, I'm going to be walking you guys through as we're prepping the space so that we can plant. So we're inside the tunnel now. We're going to move outside to the outside garden. So if you didn't see the video that we posted maybe a couple of weeks ago, we bought this new fabric from Farmer's Friend that's already drilled with holes in it so that you can plant. I'll try to link that video up here. And so we're laying that down all the way, but we're amending the soil, laying it down. My husband's already cut it all, and then we're gonna staple it down, and really once we do that, it's going to be ready to plant in here. Now we're also going to be laying drip tape, probably not on this video, but the drip tape, I say it's a luxury, meaning we don't have to have it in order to plant, but it is going to be on our list for this season, is to have drip tape installed, which we did not have last year. So if you're brand new here, thank you for stopping by. We're in our tunnel now, and then we also have an in-ground garden space that I'll show you later on in this video. But let me turn you around and show you kind of what we're doing to finish prepping this space so that we can plant in the tunnel as soon as the weather cooperates. You guys can see the fabric, you can see the holes. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna actually go through and count the holes so that I know how many places I have to plant. So I kind of estimated, because I know the length of the space, and I think the holes are every 18 inches apart, if I'm not mistaken. They come already prefabricated like that. You can see we have the first 2 rows down. My husband is doing the 3rd row now, straightening it up, and then we'll put landscape staples down. But I'm going to go through and count. That way I know exactly how many holes we have. Okay, y'all, the left side is completely done, tacked down, ready to go. So now we have 2 more rows here to focus on. And so I'll just time lapse as we're going to put the amendments down, and same thing, put the paper down. It's already pre-cut, and we'll be done in here. So let's get to it. Okay, y'all, it is done. It is done. We have the left done and we have the right done. So on the left hand side, it's a little bit shorter, doesn't go down as far because we have the heater thermostat thing down there on the left hand side. So we have 26 holes that we can plant in on the left hand side, and then on the right hand side I need to count, which is good that I have more on the right hand side because tomatoes are going over here. on the right hand side. On the left hand side is going to be peppers, but we got it all done, tacked down, compost added, and amended. Okay, so I just went and counted the holes on the right side, and I can get 34, which is great. So that's 8 more each row than on the left hand side, which is a total of 16 on the right hand side, more plants. So that's good. I got 26 on the left, 34 on the right in each of the rows. So that works out good. It feels so good to get this part accomplished, that literally, if I wanted to, I could plant in the ground right now in the tunnel. And y'all, I'm this close. I'm this close to just go ahead and doing it this week. But y'all, the 10-day forecast, the lows are like 40. And again, of course, in the daytime, it's fine. What I don't know is at night, once I close it down, if it's 40 outside, is it 40 on the inside? You know, sometimes I try to trap heat in, but because I'm not out here at 2 o'clock in the morning, I don't know if it's really warmer or not. I don't know. So I don't know if I want to take that chance, because really your tomatoes and peppers, they really want it to be above 55 degrees. Your basil, which I got a lot of basil to plant out here, it wants it to be 50 degrees or higher. The lows are in the 40s for the rest of the week. So I might just hang on. But remember, I have, hold on. Remember, I have all of these plants out here that have been staying out here. And a lot of these are peppers and tomatoes. So they've been out here because I don't have room in my house. And they look good. They look good. They all look good. And they've been sent out here at nighttime, and they still look good. So if they've been out here, then maybe, just maybe I can put them out, because y'all, I feel like I got a nursery. Look at all that. Looks really, really good. Okay. I'm a little afraid, but at the same time, I'm like, man, let's just do it. You can see this out here, and hopefully you can hear me because he has a lawnmower going. You can see here, weeds have popped up, and y'all, these weeds literally just popped up in the last 30 days as the weather has gotten warmer. And it's only in the spots where there were holes for plants. But you can see, even though it looks like a lot, it's certainly, like that part to the right is just grass. But you can see here, like there's plenty of holes right there that you can see that have no weeds in them. So it looks bad, but it's certainly not as bad as it can be. And so what we want to do is kind of pull up. I was going to pull up the paper, but I can't find the thing that my husband was using to take the staples up. So that may not be an option. I'm going to go and try to pull the weeds that I can until he can help me. It may not look like it, but we've made some progress. We've gotten up pretty much, like that's a pile. There's 2 piles there. There's some piles behind me. We've gotten up all that we can. That's an easy pull up. There's a couple that are kind of stubborn, that like that one that's in the middle there. It has some prickly stuff on it, so I'm gonna need some gloves to pull that one up. But for the most part, we're pulling up all the weeds. You can see hubby cut the grass over there on the new addition to the garden. I kind of like that part being just grassy. Part of me wants to leave it and put me a bench so I can come out there and sit. But I'm not quite sure how that will work if I want to use that to actually grow more food. So, but I like the way it looks. So one of the reasons that we expanded the in-ground garden space, it was originally, for those that are new, it was 20 by 100 yeah, either 20 or 20 by 100 or 22 by 100. I can't remember. Let's just go with 20 by 100. And we extended it another 20 feet. So now it's 40 by 100. But we extended the space because in the 20 by 100 space, I had 7 rows spaced 3 feet apart approximately. That worked. The 3 feet of space worked out really well. Now, I know if you're a market gardener and you're doing intensive gardening and you're selling the market, 3 feet in between your rows is like a lot of wasted space. I realize that. But when I did this last summer, I had no plans of selling food. And this year, we're just going to try it out and see how it goes. But the 3 feet is a comfortable, once things start growing out, it's just comfortable to be able to walk through the aisles and pick and harvest and not literally be like, oh, like this. So it works out good. Anyway, on the 7th row, I had watermelons and cantaloupes. That was too close. I did sugar baby watermelons and I did jumbo hill cantaloupe. My cantaloupe did not do well at all. The watermelons actually did really well, but it was so close that the vines got all tangled. It was too close to the other row beside it, which was peppers. So we extended the garden in hopes of me having a separate patch for watermelons and for cantaloupe, things like that that need some space to vine. So that's why we initially extended it. And then if I wanted to add one more row, I probably could. But now that I'm seeing like this little grassy part, I'm like, oh, that's nice. I could have me like a little bench set up and some chairs and sit outside and all that. I don't know. Because once he, what do you call it? Till it or gets rid of the grass, then yeah, we start putting food and rows and stuff like that, then my hopes of having a little grassy lawn area inside the garden fence for a bench, that's gonna go away. That's gonna go away. So I don't know. You know how you have all these dreams, hopes, and plans. So I'm not really sure. How bad do I want to really want to grow watermelons and cantaloupe? I want to grow some because I haven't done it successfully yet. Well, the watermelons were good. But I thought that would be a great selling point. But y'all, it's so hard. You want to do all the things and you know that you can't. I can't even decide on this video right here. I got too much swirling around in my head. But this space out here, once we get the weeds up, then we're gonna put some of that new black fabric down that has the holes already, I think. But as I'm looking, I'm like, man, this paper is down. It's down good. It didn't have my little perfect holes. It just have the holes that we had last year. I'm like, should I go with that? But some of the spacing is off because, of course, I'm moving stuff around. You know, you want to rotate your crops and not plant the same thing in the same spaces. So if I don't pull it up, some of the spacing is definitely going to be off because I'm looking like my black eyed peas where they were and where my green beans were. It's a really short space. That might be 12 inches because you don't need that much space for the peas and the beans and stuff like that. But if I'm not mistaken, tomato is supposed to go in one of those rows. That'll be too close for tomatoes. So, what to do, I'm not sure. Let me talk to hubby and see what he thinks we ought to do. And we'll go from there. Okay, y'all, I'm back in the tunnel. I'm about to call it quits. I'm not going to try to decide that right now. I was talking to hubby. I think we definitely have to pull that paper up, just if nothing else, because of how I'm going to rotate my crops and how I have them laid out. The spacing is not going to work. And so for those of you that use landscape fabric and you're doing an in-ground space or maybe in a tunnel, let me ask you, do you do yours in strips? Because in the in-ground garden, we just laid it as one contiguous piece. And then I think it was 2 or 3 rows for each piece. And so we have 2 big pieces down. So I'm wondering, in hindsight, should we have done strips like a strip per row, kind of like what we just did in here in the tunnel. Like, I can pull up that strip, let's say for example, like what we just put down is 18 inches apart, but if I wanted to do lettuce, I have some more fabric that's 6 inches, where the circles are 6 inches apart. So if I wanted to put lettuce in one of these, I could pull up one of those strips and then put another strip down. That's going to make it a lot easier. I'm wondering, is that how most people do it and I'm just late to the party? I don't know. And maybe that's what I should have done out there. But y'all leave me some comments and let me know, because I'm always going to have that issue if I have one contiguous piece, right? Because I want to rotate the crops, and the spacing on some crops are much different than others versus some are the same. So I can't process that right now. I know that we got to pull the paper up, but now I need to kind of go back to my crop plan and just make sure that I know what's going where and see if there's any way around it. I don't think there is, but I'm going to go back and take a look just in case. Also, in one of those rows in the in-ground garden, I have garlic. Remember, I had so much garlic that I bought and I was out of space in my raised bed, so I put it out here. It's doing well, but of course it's not going to be ready, and so I would have to pull that paper up too. Anyway, that's a topic for another day. Let me give that some thought and not make a rash decision. But while I'm in the tunnel, I just came in here to water everything before I shut it down for the evening. But I wanted to show you a grow bag update. Okay, y'all, look. My potatoes have sprouted in my grow bag. You can see I have 3 popping up right there. So grow bag to the rescue. Grow bag to the rescue. I did a video a week or so ago talking about using grow bags for the first time. This is my first time using a grow bag. I ran out of space to put, no, I didn't run out of space for the potatoes. I was gonna put the potatoes in the in-ground space. That never happened. And so in order to not lose all my potatoes, I put some in a grow bag, but I also put some in one raised bed that I had available. So they're already sprouting in the grow bag. It's been a week, so that is encouraging. That is encouraging. Something's working, so that's good. So I'm about to water everything. I want to show you my new rain one so you guys can see it, and I'll link it down below in case you're interested. Y'all, it puts out a lot of water. I just do the little thing like this, and you guys can see that rain shower. It's a 30-inch wand. This is the bed where I did the other potatoes, so I'm giving it a good, when I tell you this thing soaks, it soaks. You can kind of see. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna finish watering my stuff, but what do you think about that rain wand? It puts out a lot of water. So I guess in the summertime, it's really gonna come in handy because you don't have to spend as much time, especially if I don't get drip in my beds yet. The drip we're gonna start in the in-ground garden, and the goal is to do it out there first, then put it in here in the ground, in the tunnel, and the raised beds will be last, and then the raised beds behind the house will be after that. So that is the plan, but in case it doesn't get in here, this is a great option to water. It drops a lot of water, y'all. And it's so easy, it's so light. So I'm excited about that. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. The greenhouse is ready. The greenhouse is ready to plant. We just need the weather to cooperate. So if you're in my zone and you have a tunnel and you've already put your stuff in the ground with the 40 below temperatures, not 40 below, the 40 degree temperatures, let me know. I mean, should I do it? Should I not? Y'all let me know. Put them in the comments. But thank you guys so much for joining me. It's almost planting time, y'all. It is almost time. So we still got, some work to do out there. I'll keep you posted and bring you along. But I appreciate you stopping by today to hang out with me. If you like what you're seeing, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video. Drop me a comment. And remember, gardening is a journey. Let's grow together. See you next time, friend.